Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2026 Honda HR-V EXL.
And a big thanks to Andrew and the rest of the management and staff here at Wesley Chapel Honda for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and that's for Andrew.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the American version of Honda's HR-V was released back in 2016, part of its second generation overseas. The third generation model that you see here has been with us since 2022, with some well-needed changes this year for 2026. Outside, the HR-V changes up its cladding and blacks out the badges for the sport model, and changing up to an aluminum style for this EXL, with some new wheels and all trims growing up to 18 inches now for this EXL you see here, as well as a couple new paint colors. Inside, all trims now get Honda's 9-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a wireless charging pad, with 3 trims available for the 2026 HR-V, ranging from the $26,000 base LX up to the $30,000 and $50 EXL that you see here, which sits at the top of the HR-V lineup. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So first thing you notice, we get this platinum white pearl metallic paint color. It's a $455 option, but it looks absolutely beautiful here with the black contrast. With the black contrasted grille, full front parking sensing, gloss black lower front bumper, functional airflow also blacked out with black headlight housing, full LED headlamps, and LED daytime running light. Aluminum Honda badge, we mentioned the functional airflow and front parking sensing. The wheel and tire setup also new for 2026. We get these 18-inch black and silver contrasted 18-inch rims wrapped in Hankook Kinergy GT all-season tires. Black lug nuts, dimensions are 225/55 R18. The 55 sidewall tires should have no problem keeping this ride quality nice and plush, and we'll see how the 225s put the power to the ground. We get this new cladding trim, some gloss black, which contrasts this white metallic paint color beautifully. Same for the rocker panel side skirt area, body color mirror, LED turn signal on them, with blind spot monitoring on the glass. We get smart access for the driver and a front passenger, all black trim for the window trim, blacked out pillars, sunroof, body color, shark fin antenna. I'll take a step back, hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this 2026 Honda HR-V, and it's a really good looker in my opinion. We'll take a quick look at this window sticker that we get here on this 2026 HR-V two-wheel drive EXL with the platinum white pearl metallic paint color, $30,000 and $50 base price. You guys can pause to take a look at all the standard features. $455 for the platinum white pearl, 28 combined MPGs, 26 in the city, 32 on the highway. The gas cap is push to open with easy fill. You throw regular fuel here for this 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder with full LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights. Black lower rear bumper area with very nice glossy contrast. Shout out Wesley Chapel Honda for helping make this review possible. HR-V in the lower left corner. It's not blacked out on the EXL model. No EXL badging at all. I kind of wish we had like an EXL badge in the lower right corner. That's my only complaint so far with the exterior styling. The exhaust tip in the lower right corner, and speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up this 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, and here she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine sold by Honda for the 2026 HR-V. And it sounds okay, cranking out 158 horsepower, 138 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a CVT transmission, sending the power to the front wheels. You can expect 0 to 60 in the low to mid 9-second range. So definitely not the quickest, but it feels more than quick enough from the foot. You'll check that out when we take it out for a drive compared to the rest of the subcompact SUV segment. It's not a bad performer. As you see, we get a aluminum bar or metal bar connecting the 2 strut towers together. Should help the handling out tremendously with about 28 to 30 combined miles per gallon. We can take a step back and walk around this 2026 HR-V EXL one more time. And let's take a step inside and see what we get with a top-of-the-line 2026 HR-V. We'll set the lights back to auto so the car's not yelling at me. We have soft touch up top, some hard plastic in the center with a rubberized texture, but a gushy soft leather armrest. 2-window auto-on touch with some aluminum switches on them, aluminum door handle, 4-window adjust, 4-way mirror adjustments. We get a pretty solid sound system here too. It's gonna get a Bose or JBL upgraded system here, but it's Honda's premium audio system. It sounds pretty good in the smaller HR-V. Hard plastic beneath, you'll stack 2 footlongs with a 24-ounce water bottle, plastic step-in plate, and this is the reason you're going for the EXL, these super comfortable perforated leather seats. They're heated but unfortunately not ventilated, full electric adjustments, you can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So unfortunately, the passenger seat here does not get power adjustments, just latches for the recline and slide function, but we do get a power driver's seat, pretty thick steering wheel, solid 10 and 2, perfect 9 and 3, not a flat bottom, but very good wheel overall. Rubberized horn area, the horn, not the loudest or most aggressive, but people will hopefully be getting out of your way. We get a decently thick window, not the thickest, but thick enough. Volume and skip controls, adjustments for the left side of the infotainment screen right next to our voice commands. We can adjust between trip computer, range and fuel, speed and time, audio, phone, driver attention, seatbelts, maintenance, safety support, no content, and right back to where we started. My personal favorite would be the range and fuel. On the right side, we get a 140 mile an hour speedometer, tachos to about 6,700 RPM, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist with the adjustments right up top. Stocks have a satisfying click, auto headlamps, no auto rain sensing wipers. That would be expected on the top EXL, but not the end of the world at this price point. Tilt and telescoping steering column, you can turn up the traction control, a little bit of storage, and nice premium feeling air vents with aluminum outsides of it, the gushy soft dashboard with leather contrast for the front. Hood latch release in the lower left corner, hopefully get a good look at the pedals. Pretty large center bass speaker with 2 tweeters on each A pillar. The all-new 9-inch infotainment screen, let's check it out. Unfortunately, even the top EXL does not get standard navigation. We do get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, solid feeling volume dial, pretty premium feeling air vents beneath it, hazards, dual zone automatic front climate control, heated seats, 2 USB-C ports, wireless phone charging pad, and you'll fit 24 to 32 ounce water bottles. Gushy soft leather for your knee will often hit, the gear selector control and the CVT transmission, the backup camera, decent resolution, guidance lines, and trajectory with adjustments for the overall views. Throwing right back into park, we'll return back to our previous screen with sport mode for the transmission and a low gear. A little bit of additional storage down below with a USB-C port. No additional USB-C port on the passenger side. Hopefully you can pick that up on camera. We get our drive mode selector. Our drive modes include normal, econ, and snow. We'll start the review off in normal, try out econ, and just see what the differences are. Hill descent control, electronic parking brake with brake hold. Gushy soft leather armrest for the center console, which is spacious. You're fitting 5 to 6 1-liter bottles of soda in there. The glove box is hard plastic, damp though. Not lined felt to be expected, but large. You're fitting over 20 license plates in there. Should be able to fit 2 pairs of shoes, 5 to 6 Harry Potter books. Frameless, basically frameless, auto dimming rear view mirror with the auto dimming function in the center. Interior lights are LED. We can open up the sunroof. That's pretty cool here on this EXL. The shade opens up with the glass but does not close with it. Towards the end of the front row, we can poke our way out of here. It's a hot one today in Wesley Chapel, Florida. Sunny and 89 degrees according to this HRV EXL. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat at least, this 2026 HRV. Let's take a step out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. Up top, hard plastic to be expected, continues in the center, but we get a pretty soft leather armrest. We get aluminum door handle, 2 speakers on the door panel, a little bit of storage. You'll stack 2 or 3 6-inch subs. Solid legroom for a subcompact. The padding goes all the way out to the door frame, so very couch-like back seat. And again, legroom looks solid. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings. And I still have about 4 inches of knee room, so not a whole lot less knee room compared to the CRV. We'll see if these seats recline. They do not, but the seats do fold down. No air vents, unfortunately, at least nothing that blows directly at the rear passengers. There is something going on under the front seats, but nothing that blows directly at us. For the top EXL, that would be appreciated. We get a mat pocket behind the passenger seat, no mat pocket behind the driver. No center cubby armrest back here either. The interior lights are touch sensitive LED with a hook on the driver's side grab handle, no hook on the passenger side. Pretty decent amount of light brought in thanks to the large or decently large sunroof, and that's about it for the front seat. If I didn't show you guys the headroom, got about 1.5 to 2 inches. So if you're under 6'5", 6'6", you should be able to comfortably sit in the back of a 2026 HR-V with no problem, which doesn't sound super crazy, but compared to a CR-V, you're really not compromising that much space here. Underneath the Honda badge is our button for the trunk, but unfortunately we don't get a power opening or closing lift gate. For the top EXL trim starting over 30,000 bucks, that would also be appreciated. But we get a very decent amount of cargo space. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much there is. The seats fold down 60-40 split. I'd expect you to fit up to a 65, maybe even a 70-inch TV back here. You get some cutouts for the secret storage area and a decent amount of secret storage too. Underneath these cutouts are our spare tire. You get a 12-volt back here too, LED interior lighting. Again, we don't get a power opening or closing lift gate for the subcompact. It's not that hard to just simply close your trunk. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this 2026 Honda HR-V EXL. But in my opinion, this is easily the best looking subcompact SUV in the segment, with very comfortable leather seats and some of the best driving dynamics and isolation from the road for the price point. But speaking of driving dynamics, isolation from the road, and performance, let's take this 2026 HR-V out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2026 Honda HR-V EXL. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. The steering feels very playful here in the HR-V. There's a little bit of body roll, but for the most part, great composure, great feel. Brakes feel good. Steering could be a little bit closer in the ratio, but no complaints for the most part. Let's try the transmission out in sports, see what changes up. It raises our revs. Steering actually feels a tiny bit heavier when the transmission shifts in sport. Maybe it's just my imagination playing games on me, but it's a little bit more tight. But either way, it's not going to blow you away when it comes to performance, just riding around in circles in this parking lot. But it still feels pretty good. Hopefully you can pick up the performance on camera. We'll leave it in sport when we hop out onto the real roads, at first at least. But in sport mode, throttle feels very strong. As soon as you lean into it, you're getting response. Honda's been very good with that since I was a young kid. Ride quality, super soft. These larger 18-inch wheels don't do anything to compromise this ride quality. Still in sport. Make sure we're good. We are. Ooh. Good response. Brakes, throwing it in. A little bit of chirp, but I mean, it makes some noise, but I don't really think we're going anywhere. You look down, you're going 35 miles an hour. Brakes, throwing it in. Little wheel hop, but it stays very solidly nimble for an SUV that does have a rollover warning up top. We'll try one out off the line, see what it's got, and then we'll probably take it out of sport, but off the line, on the gas. Not a whole lot, but let's go. Woo! Yeah, nothing too crazy. Brakes, throwing it in. The traction control doesn't really let us power out of the corner like I want to, but I mean, we're in a Honda HR-V. Let's take it out of sport. Hopefully picked it up on camera. Well, sport for the transmission at least. Back in normal mode. Steering feels basically the same, but I really do feel like the sport transmission tightens the steering up at least a little. But even in normal mode, the throttle feels good. I'm sure that's going to change when we put it into Econ. Here's Econ. See how the throttle feels. Steering feels the same. Throttle. Yeah, it's definitely a lot lighter than sport, but Econ still feels fine. I think I'll leave it in Econ for the rest of this review. Steering is the same as in normal mode. Brakes feel good. And this is also where we're going to get our combined 28 to 30 miles per gallon. Nothing too crazy for the throttle response in Econ. Econ definitely numbs the response, but as you lean into it, it definitely brings you back into the power band. About half throttle. Yes, this still powers you where you need to go. It's just a little bit less sensitive while doing so. And on the concrete pavement, it still stays reasonably quiet. You do start to hear some road noise. It's not as quiet as a CR-V, but you wouldn't expect it to be. This is Honda's entry-level SUV, whereas a CR-V is trying to be something a little bit more premium. Darker pavement, it immediately gets a little bit quieter. Nothing too crazy of a difference. Brakes feel good, and visibility feels great. These are some really thin pillars. And although this 2-liter 4-cylinder may not be a powerhouse, it does make a very solid noise. Handling is good, steering feels good. Everything about this SUV feels good. It's not fast. Sure, if you're looking for something that can get to 60 in 7 seconds or less, do not check this SUV out. But if you're okay with having something that's not necessarily the quickest thing on the road, but feels really premium through the steering wheel, feels responsive through the foot, quiet interior when you're already driving, ton of options and features, and some super comfortable leather bucket seats, this is an awesome SUV to check out. And I will take it to some higher speeds just to see the isolation. You do start to hear a tiny bit of road noise, but the wind noise is very well isolated. So I'll say it again, if you're looking for a premium SUV that doesn't have to be fast, but you're looking for something very comfortable around the $30,000 price point, I would 100% recommend checking out the 2026 Honda HR-V EXL. Only sitting about $4,000 above the base LX. I would say that you're getting your money's worth. And a big thanks to Andrew and the rest of the management and staff here at Wesley Chapel Honda for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Wesley Chapel, Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and as for Andrew. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.